all signs point to Pennsylvania as the pivotal state in the presidential race, but the counting of mail-in ballots may take days. And now President Trump says he will be challenging all votes that come in after tomorrow night. As KDKA investigator Andy Sheehan reports, the state says it is ready to fight that challenge. Andy joins us live now with the details. Andy?
Stacey, the president says as soon as the polls close, he'll be sending lawyers here to Pennsylvania to challenge those ballots, setting the scene for a long, drawn-out legal fight.
I think it's a terrible thing when ballots can be collected after an election.
The Keystone State holds the key to the presidency, and raising the specter of potential fraud, President Trump is taking aim at our state's plan to count ballots received after the polls close, saying he'll be sending lawyers here tomorrow night.
As soon as that election's over, we're going in with our lawyers. But we don't want to have Pennsylvania where you have a political governor, a very partisan guy. We don't want to be in a position where he's allowed to every day watch ballots come in. Gee, if we could only find 10,000 more ballots.
It's ludicrous, and it's political speak on the eve of an election.
PA Attorney General Josh Shapiro says ballots postmarked before 8 p.m. tomorrow and received before 5 p.m. Friday will be counted. The policy was upheld by the state Supreme Court, and Shapiro says it will withstand the president's legal challenges.
If the litigation wants to continue after the polls close, fine, we'll be ready. Bottom line is, we're going to make sure that all legal eligible votes are counted. And the people of Pennsylvania need to know that that's going to take a bit of time.
And the president has political reasons to challenge mail-in votes where Democrats far outpace Republican voters. While not all will vote with their party's nominee, Joe Biden has a clear advantage. Of 2.4 million ballots already turned in Pennsylvania, 1.6 million of them are registered Democrats, where 555,000 are Republican, an advantage of 3-1. In Allegheny County, 242,000 ballots from registered Democrats are in, compared with 59,000 Republicans, a Democratic advantage of 4-1. But they won't all be tabulated by tomorrow night.
And I think it's terrible when we can't know the results of an election the night of the election in a modern day age of computer.
There is never a race that is over, an election that is over on election night, or even the days following. It takes time to make sure that every valid voter, their ballots are counted.
Now, if the election is close, these post-election day ballots could be decisive. If that is the case, it is possible that this election could be decided in the U.S. Supreme Court. Reporting live downtown, Andy Sheehan, KDKA News.